You want to go to university, I want to go to university, we all want to go to university. In the spring of 2024 to the spring of 2025, there has been an increase by 3.2% of student enrollment from high school. Now, in each of these campuses, it's not just all sunshine and rainbows. Mouths are being silenced and actions are being shut down. Even your views themselves are being completely tarnished by their own campus boards. Now, the First Amendment, which protects your freedom of speech, has been violated by numerous campuses such as Harvard University and even techie schools like the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Now, some of these violations were done despite the executive orders in 2019 done by Donald J. Trump's administration. Now, if you're interested in applying to Ivies or any top schools like that, you might be applying to one school called Columbia University, which has been one of the worst schools for freedom of speech. One of these cases of them ruining their freedom of speech for one of their students is Daniel DiMartino. Daniel DiMartino had expressed his thoughts publicly on social media such as Twitter, Instagram, and other sources, where afterwards, the Columbia University board would proceed to shut him down and force him to go to mandatory classes for quote-unquote reform. Now, while these views aren't universally agreed upon, they are still views at the end of the day and must be respected, even by you if you don't personally agree with it. Now, this college free speech violation has been done despite Columbia University being the 19th university to adopt the Chicago Statement, a statement made by Chicago University for their students where it inhibits the sharing of ideas and views, whether political or not. Now, Columbia University being the 19th university to adopt the Chicago Statement has not adopted institutional neutrality and also sees themselves as the second worst ranked school in freedom of speech, right below Harvard. Now, you think that these speech controversies would be the only thing that these colleges would face, but you're clearly wrong. These colleges would see themselves under a congressional hearing in 2023 where Congress had confronted the University of Pennsylvania, Columbia University, Harvard University, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and many more. Now, during this congressional hearing, these colleges would fail to answer one question. Should the calling for the genocide against the Jewish people be considered bullying or harassment? These colleges would struggle badly. Now, no matter where you come from, even if you disagree or agree with it, calling for the genocide on anyone is considered bullying or harassment, even on campus. Now, even though these are university presidents who represent their school's values, they still struggled at the end of the day. Even a congressman was able to beat them to that, with Steve Scalise, the minority leader of the United States House of Representatives at the time, saying that it is, and it's embarrassing that these university presidents are even struggling to begin with. Alright, now let's get into the nitty-gritty. Oh my god.
Hey, Valance. Give it here. All right. In your argument, aren't you technically saying that all speech is free speech, even something like hate speech?
Well, that's a great point, James. You see, even though I'm trying to advocate for absolute free speech, these are still views at the end of the day, even if you may see them as hate speech. These shouldn't be considered anything else because they are views of their own peoples. You should be respecting that at the end of the day, not trying to shut them down or violate them in any way.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense. Thanks, Valance.
You're welcome, James. What the hell? That was weird. Anyways, at the end of the day, these are college campuses. You should be able to share your ideas, whether political or not, with other students and be free to debate whenever you want. That's the whole magic of just free speech in general. Despite these government documents, there's still a lot of problems with college free speech, and there's a lot of room for there to be fixing. This is an immediate issue, and this is not something to really look over.